Siraj urges people to vote for truth in election. Lahore, Jamaat-e-Islami Ameer Senator Sirajul Haq urged the people to consider forthcoming elections as a conflict between truth and falsehood and stand by the forces of truth to salvage their future and basic rights. Nations could not gain respect by shedding tears and raising hue and cry, since only the nations fighting against evil and standing firm on the path of virtue could survive with dignity and gain respect, he said, delivering Friday's sermon at Mansoura Masjid. Sirajul Haq said rulers were violating the constitution only to remain in power. He said a time when Israel and India were shedding the blood of the Palestinians and Kashmiris, secular and liberal elements were trying to advance their agenda in the country, and the National Assembly had passed a law allowing change of gender by adult boys and girls, which should be a matter of shame. He said the month of Ramadan brought the message of divine help and victory for the Muslims. The Islamic history is full of major events that occurred in the month of Ramadan, and the believers emerged victorious. These included the Battle of Badr, the conquest of Makkah, the liberation of Al-Quds, and also the establishment of Pakistan. He said the need of the hour was a complete unity and unanimity among the Muslims. He said the enemies were trying hard to create dissent and discord among the Muslims. The U.S., he said, was driving the Muslim states to war in order to sell its arms and ammunition, and the Muslims were falling prey to its conspiracies instead of striving to foil the enemy designs. He said that Gaza was on fire, but the rulers of the Muslim world were fighting against one another. Siraj said the conflicts of the Muslim states must end, and the OIC should work out a joint line of action to foil the enemy designs, and to achieve complete Muslim unity. He said more than 60 Palestinians had been martyred by Israeli forces, but the Muslim rulers remained totally indifferent, due to which the Muslim Ummah was disappointed. He said that Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan alone stood out as the champion of truth and had the courage to see eye to eye the forces of KUFR. However, he said that the Turkish president alone could not do much. He said OIC meeting in Istanbul should prove decisive, as mere passage of a resolution condemning Israel won't make any difference. Meanwhile, G Secretary General Liaquat Balak said the U.S. under Trump had completely fallen in Israel's lap, and the shifting of the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem had proved to be a new cause of conflict of religions and an anti-Islam move. He appreciated Turkish move to convene OIC meeting and said that, instead of whiling away time and issuing ineffective statements, the Muslim world should adopt solid steps for the liberation of Palestine, Kashmir, and the solution of the issues of Syria, Yemen and the Rohingyas. He said the Muslim Ummah was with the Palestinians, and the international bodies should abandon the enmity of Islam and try to resolve burning issues on the basis of justice and humanity. Liaquat Balak expressed deep grief over the martyrdom of Colonel Suhail Abid and paid tributes to the armed forces for their sacrifices for national defense and security. He said the present confrontation between the state and politics had created an atmosphere conducive for the terrorists. However, he said that the sacrifices made for peace won't waste. He urged the faithful to fully avail the month of Ramadan to earn the blessings of Almighty Allah through fasting, recitation of the Holy Quran and offering charity in accordance with the spirit of the holy month.